How the Tesla bot will break reality. I warned y'all. I can't cuss in the very beginning because it's going to hurt the video, but I warned y'all MFers, bro. Let's check it out. This is by the Tesla Space, which is interesting. That Tesla would be talking about
In
it,
October 2024, Tesla
or
brought us all one step closer to the cyberpunk universe
Yep.
of Blade Runner with
I covered
their
this.
We Robot event, a tech giant creating machines that blur the line between human and robot.
Yes,
More
sir.
human than human. That was the promise of the fictional Tyrell Corporation, a company that built artificial people.
This man talking about Blade Runner and shit.
Replicants to
Yep,
exist
there it is.
alongside the rest of us, blurring the line between machine and man. They weren't just laborers, they were companions, caregivers, builders, performers, whatever their owners needed them to be.
Your best friend that all you gotta do is plug in and charge. Just like your phone. You already plug in your phone every night. Just plug in your best friend. You need... Some of y'all motherfuckers thinking a different type of plug-in, because I swear all these new robots, it's not Tesla, but there's a lot of robots out there that's supposed to be like robotic helpers, and there's a lot of them that have like actual lifelike. They're trying to make them lifelike. I swear every single one that I see that's a person, like just trying to be looking like a human and not have this little black sleek mask on it, it's all hot women. Like, obviously they're not real hot women, but they're trying to imitate a hot woman, and I know what they're doing. Obviously there's a market for sex robots and shit. It's been the way has been paved by the geeks of science fiction, books, you know, articles, comic books, TV shows, movies, you name it, bro. It is out there, and the nerds are dead set on replacing their wives, which is crazy because I remember the meme where it said, and I think it was 2025, I talked about this when this first came out, by 2025 women will be having sex with robots more than men. I think that's actually true already because of the toys they got, and it's been happening for a long time if you consider, you know, a vibrator a fucking robot. But I don't know, it's up to yo interpretation of that statement. The meme is hilarious, to be frank, and it is also quite funny that it's the iRobot robot that's in the meme, and Tesla's robot is kind of a knockoff of that as well. There's a little, you know, it's not as sleek as that one, but still, he's got me. He's got me. I've been talking about this with my buddies for a long time.
Close enough to make the distinction uncomfortable.
Yep.
Now, Tesla is building its own replicants, not in fiction, but in factories.
Fucking slaves, bro.
Is real, and it
He's
is
making
being prepared for
slaves.
deployment inside Tesla's own production lines, where it will soon begin moving materials and performing
Look at him.
monotonous.
Does that robot get paid? No, he don't. No, he don't. But you know what they're trying to do? Make him as close as human as possible. Wait till these fuckers get AI and quantum computing and them bitches start feeling. They're gonna feel a type of way.
Repetitive
Boy.
tasks. But unlike traditional industrial robots,
We'll start drawing
Optimus
pictures and
is
shit.
not built for a single purpose. It is built to learn. And that learning process is already happening. It's
been
not just
happening.
with Optimus, but across Tesla's entire AI platform.
Yep.
The company's real-world AI is advancing exponentially, and the clearest proof of that is in full self-driving.
Yup.
For years, skeptics dismissed FSD as a fantasy. But now Tesla's autonomous fleet is driving billions of miles, improving with every journey.
Yep, it started with specific mechanics that were built into the system, and it also had AI learning abilities along with them. This is why Tesla, they update over time, so it's not just you buying a Tesla and then you get to resell it and get a new one. It gets better over time, which is one of the best selling points I think Tesla has. But this AI infrastructure they already have for navigation, which is insane, they're going to be able to apply to their fucking robots because obviously it's fucking Tesla. And guess what? That's not just like, oh, okay, so the robot's going to know how to get around the world. What's that going to do? It's still slow as fuck. Well, the same AI learning skills that it had to advance, because I have a brother-in-law that had a Tesla. I think he had like fucking 4 of them or something like that, and he bro, every time, I swear, he said his Tesla would crash itself when he was getting off the highway, you know, getting on the on-ramp or the off-ramp, and it would just crash itself. It would crash out straight up. And in doing so, he would get, you know, a new Tesla because, you know, it's not supposed to do that. But they still have Teslas. They both got Teslas, my sister and him now. So there's it's definitely got more advanced, and just the skill of learning itself, it's going to be able to apply, I assume, to different factors, different topics.
Every time an FSD-enabled Tesla encounters an unexpected situation, road construction, a sudden detour, an aggressive driver, it doesn't just adjust, it learns.
Yep.
And that knowledge is shared across the fleet, making every other Tesla vehicle smarter overnight. The system is advancing so rapidly that at Tesla's 2024 earnings call, Musk made an announcement. Tesla will launch fully unsupervised robotaxis in the city of Austin by June this year. No human in the driver's seat, no test mode, just autonomous vehicles operating in the real world.
Yeah, it's nutty. I've seen a couple of these in real life, and it's so weird. It's like you're watching the cop, that calls, what's his name? Ladies Man 2117 or whatever on eBay. I forgot the fucking Transformer's name, but you see just like this car just driving itself with nobody there. It's almost like I really did wish there was like a hologram that would pop up in the front seat, just to make it feel a little bit more less eerie. I've seen this in San Francisco, a couple other cities. I think it was Las Vegas and a couple other. I can't remember exactly where, but predominantly on the West Coast.
During that earnings call, Musk brought up a classic fable he's mentioned before. I know people have said Elon is the boy who cried wolf several times, but I'm telling you, there's a damn wolf this time, and you can drive it. In fact, it can drive you. And the same AI system that allows Tesla's cars to drive themselves will soon power Optimus. If your last experience with FSD was a year or two ago, Musk said, that's like meeting someone when they're a toddler and thinking they're going to be a toddler forever.
Yeah.
Now, Optimus is still young,
growing.
but it won't stay that way for long. Optimus isn't just another industrial robot. It is the first machine designed to replace human labor on a massive scale.
Which is also interesting because, to be fair with the criticism of the robotics itself, it seems a little bit, I don't want to say cheap.
During Tesla's latest earnings call,
but I think like they could have a better structured robot, but this is coming out to the public for mass production. So you would assume that this isn't like the best quality robot they can actually make. You know what I'm saying? Like they could actually have like super robots, and this would be so weird too, because when you have consumers buying the robots and they're doing daily chores and stuff like that, when does that evolve into them doing jobs? Like you being an owner, and say you're an owner of a lawn company, instead of paying all your guys like $35,000 a year, well, I could buy this robot for about $70,000 in one pop. That's about 2 years of their salary. It's a 2-year investment to replace one guy, but I could have this robot for as long as it's working. So why don't I just buy this robot instead? And then boom, that guy has no job pushing a lawnmower or raking the leaves. And then you could do that to the whole team that you have. Like this, you see where I'm going here. This is a domino effect where it's not traditionally like how factories come in, and like my buddy works at a factory. He's a supervisor. He's high up on the rankings, and I'm talking about it like it's fucking Marvel Rivals or something. Like he's a grandmaster in the factory, but he oversees a lot of guys, and they're overseeing the machines and stuff like that. They got to monitor it. They got to deal with defects and safety precautions and all kinds of maintenance stuff. So that's not what's happening here. The only job you're adding to the workforce is repairs on Optimus and people that are back-ending the programming, the software for this guy, right? And then the actual factories that are building him himself. I'm saying him. I don't know. Maybe he's gender fluid. Who the fuck knows? He's a fucking robot. But that is a huge fucking issue. That's a huge fucking issue, because that means there's going to be a lot less jobs. Usually when automation comes in, it does reduce a lot of jobs, but there's still new jobs that pop up. I don't see that being the case with this situation, which is not fucking talked about enough. I don't get why it's not talked about enough. Like there's going to be a fucking event or time period where there are so many people out of work, so many people that are fucking homeless, and they weren't fucking homeless because they got into drugs or fucking drank themselves through their bills or whatever it might be, just because they couldn't fucking find a job. That is a problem, bro. that is a cause for a universal income, and I don't fucking trust the American government to handle that. I don't, but I don't see any other, maybe universal living. I just don't get it, man. I really don't. And then also you have the, like, if a business owner owns this, okay, what's saying a military, private military base can't have this, or the actual military can't have this? So are you going to restrict this just to the USA? Are you creating an advantage in the military itself? Like, this gets so fucking tricky, man. It gets super tricky.
Musk laid out his most aggressive timeline yet. In 2025,
the timeline I'm thinking about,
10,000 units will be deployed inside Tesla's own factories.
Okay.
By 2026, Optimus will be
sold. Wait. 10,000 working in his own factory. Genius fucking move. Oh my God. Evil genius, brother.
To outside companies.
Golly.
And starting sometime in 2027, Musk plans to ramp up mass production with the goal to eventually build millions and even billions of humanoid robots. As Musk explained, it doesn't take very many years before we're making 100 million of these things a year.
Yeah.
If Tesla
succeeds,
they can create
themselves.
This won't be just another step in automation. It will be a fundamental change in our own reality.
Yes.
What happens when a machine can do everything a human can do, but better?
I just reacted to the quantum teleportation, and I was so optimistic about my future, bro. Oh, I was so happy. And now I'm back to reality, and I am over here being so cynical in my head. Oh my God, this does not sound good. Like, it sounds great if we have the infrastructure to back it, but when have we ever had the infrastructure to back new technology booms? Name me a fucking time. Name me a fucking time. Last time we had something like this was when they had the atom bomb. And guess what happened? We were in a Cold War with Russia for fucking years. For years. My dad went to high school, and he had to fucking... He had to, every day, he had to hide underneath his fucking desk and put his hands above his head like his hands were gonna stop the fucking atom bomb from vaporizing his head. Like, bro, this is oh my God, we need infrastructure, and we need it now. I really hope, since Elon's, kind of been empowered by Trump with Doge and everything, he's going to talk about this, because there's huge plot threads that are being developed right now. We need some reassurances, some plans for the future.
Faster and without pay. This is where some long-standing pillars of society begin to break down. Musk himself has hinted at the economic implications. At 1 million units per year, the cost to manufacture an Optimus is expected to drop below $20,000. But cost and price aren't the same thing. The price of Optimus will be 70? Set by the market, Musk said. Okay. And that's the question that will define...
I'm pretty sure it starts at 70K.
In our next decade, who controls the robots and who benefits? Science fiction has warned us about the AI taking over. For centuries, technology has replaced human labor, but always in narrow ways. The steam engine replaced horses, the assembly line replaced artisans, computers replaced clerks, but Optimus is different. This is...
isn't
about automating one task. It's about
love this video.
All tasks. A machine that can clean, cook, carry, repair, build, and assist isn't just a tool. It's a worker. And when it arrives by the millions, it will challenge the most fundamental concept of modern civilization: work. If robots can do everything, what do people do? Musk has...
Well, they already do it. They just sit down and stare at their fucking phone, sit on the couch, sip a Dr. Pepper, just have a good old time, be lazy as fuck. There's a lot of people out there that would enjoy this burden of work being pushed onto the robot force. It's just, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have self-fulfillment with that, like me. And there would be a lot of people be like, hey, how am I going to pay my bills?
The future is going to be incredibly different from the past. That's for sure. But are we heading toward a dystopian nightmare or our utopian dreams? That moment has not arrived yet. Humanity still holds the wheel for now. But if Tesla's plan succeeds, it will no longer be our decision to make.
Or until, DeepSeek takes over the world. One of the two.
That change might be coming sooner than anyone expects. To understand just how we got to this moment, we have to look back at the origins of Optimus, at Tesla's obsession with AI and robotics, and at the long road that led us to the age of humanoid machines. Tesla isn't just a car company, it never was. For years, they were building something much bigger, something most people missed, because while the world was watching Tesla's self-driving cars, Tesla was actually building robots.
Yeah.
It began with a car, not just any car, but a car that could see. In 2014, Tesla rolled out Autopilot 1. It could keep you in your lane, adjust speed, and avoid collisions. It was futuristic, impressive, and dumb. Autopilot 1.0 didn't understand why it was doing anything. It just followed orders. But Tesla needed real intelligence. In 2016, they launched Autopilot 2.0. More cameras, more data, but it still wasn't learning. So in 2019, Tesla built its own AI chip, a neural processor designed to process real-world data in real time.
See, I always thought that the Tesla, I didn't realize the chip changed. I didn't know that. I thought that just in the beginning it was like an infant. And it didn't have all the learning capabilities that, like, obviously the experience, like if you're talking about like a fucking person applying for a job, but it didn't have the experience, and then it evolved over time. I didn't even realize they changed the entire. That's interesting.
Was Autopilot 3.0.
So there is a certain type of Tesla you don't want to buy that's out there.
The moment Tesla stopped being just a car company and became an AI company. Tesla's AI wasn't just reacting anymore, it was predicting. Then in 2021, Tesla made its boldest move yet. They killed radar. No more sensors, no more crutches, just cameras. Critics called it reckless. Tesla called it Tesla Vision, a car that saw and responded the way humans did. This was the moment Tesla's AI truly became something different. No longer a set of programmed rules, but an intelligence that learned from experience. 400,000 Teslas running FSD beta, billions of miles of real-world driving data, and a new supercomputer, Dojo, designed to process it all faster than any system in history. For years, self-driving software was just that, software. Engineers wrote the code, updated the system, tested it, and repeated the process.
Yep.
Then in 2023, Tesla stopped writing the code altogether. FSD Beta 12 changed everything. Tesla wasn't just programming self-driving cars, they were teaching AI how to think. For the first time, the AI trained itself. It wasn't following
I didn't realize that the AI completely took the wheel. That is wild. That is huge.
Instructions. It was learning from real-world experience. FSD Beta 13 pushed even further.
That's
Tesla's
actually
AI
frightening.
wasn't just reacting, it was anticipating, adapting, improving on its own. This was no longer just a self-driving system, it was something else. And if Tesla can train AI to drive, why can't they train it to walk? August 19, 2021.
Exactly.
Tesla AI Day.
Yep.
Elon Musk walked on stage and announced Tesla's next product.
Which, to be fair, when I reacted to it, I got a lot of hate for reacting it to the way I did, at least being very optimistic about it. I thought it was really, really cool that robots were being put in the spotlight. And there's a lot of people be like, oh, those weren't real robots. They were being controlled by people in the background. Oh, there was a guy, in a suit. Those aren't real robots and shit like that. And later I found out, because I did more digging on my own, that was the case. There was, people controlling the robots and stuff. But it was just like showing the possibility of what. It's a demonstration, right? And they did have real robots out there too.
Not a car, not a battery, a robot.
Wait, he said 23? 21. This is way back. Never mind. I'm talking about the event that just happened.
People laughed.
A couple months ago.
Tesla even brought out a human dancer in a bodysuit to pretend to be a robot. Then Musk said something that made them stop. If you think about what we're doing with cars, Tesla is arguably already the biggest robotics company.
Just like AR controls.
It made sense. Tesla's cars weren't just cars anymore. They were robots on wheels. Now, Tesla was putting that robot brain inside a humanoid body. At first, Optimus was just an idea, but then in late 2022, Tesla's first real prototype stood up and moved. By early 2023, it was walking. By mid-year, it could grip objects, balance, and sort materials. Then, in December 2023, Tesla unveiled Optimus Gen 2. Lighter, faster, more human-like, it could pick up an egg without breaking it. Then, in 2024, Optimus started working in Tesla's factories, loading parts, carrying...
Put that motherfucker to work. Oh boy.
Materials, all
working
while
the American dream.
And observing throughout the process. Tesla
Are there gonna be people out there that are gonna be like, we need the robots to have the right to vote? Which is lucky. And they have AI processors and shit like that. Quantum thinking. They might be a better vote than some people.
didn't set out to build humanoid
Maybe better
robots,
vote than
but they
me.
built an AI that
Jesus.
could see. Then they taught it to understand, then to drive, then to train itself, and now it can move like a human. And now that AI can walk, build, and think, what happens next? For
runs.
centuries, work wasn't just what people did, it was
Runs
who
and guns
we
in the
were.
fucking
Farmers,
desert, baby.
builders, shopkeepers, drivers. The kind of work changed, but the rules stayed the same. You don't work, you don't eat. Tesla is about to break that rule. If Elon Musk is right, 100 million humanoid robots could be rolling off of production lines every year. Machines that can build, clean, cook, repair, and even replace entire industries overnight.
I don't know about y'all, but I would love to have one of these robots. Like, think about all the car issues you have. Like, if you, like, say you don't want an electric car, but you love gasoline-propelled cars, right? You have your truck. You don't know. You don't want to take it to the mechanic every single time. You know, you could buy a part really, really fucking cheap. You buy one of these fucking robots, I swear, like, out of repairs and shit like that, especially if you have, like, a classical car. Dude, I swear, you would, in, like, what, maybe 5 years, it would pay itself off. And then on top of that, you can have it walk the dog. You can have it cook your food. Oh, man, there's a lot of things it could do that it would be so beneficial. Like, for instance, like, you can have, if you have like, for instance, I have my grandma, right? Buy one of these robots and it could be a caretaker. So, you know, if you got to go somewhere and your grandma's living with you, boom, you got someone to take care of her. It might freak her the fuck out, but still, you got a helping hand there. This is so, the potential is endless, but the infrastructure is just not, I can't. Oh, I'm looking at the fucking the dark side. Like, you know that meme where people look at it and there's like that one castle on the right with the sunshines and the rainbows, and you have this other castle over here with the lightning bolts and the just the dark haze and shit. I'm looking to the left towards the darkness, bro. I'm like, dude, I see both of these things, and this one, that's a shorter path. It's more realistic that people are going to go down this path. Fuck, I don't want that to happen, man.
Isn't automation like anything we've seen before.
Oh boy.
It's not a steam engine,
I'm a
factory
doomer, I
robot,
guess.
or a self-checkout machine. This is the replacement of human labor itself. Every automation revolution has followed a pattern. Some jobs disappear, but new ones emerge. Factories wiped out blacksmiths, but created industrial workers. Computers killed typewriters, but made software engineers.
He's cooking.
What happens when there's no new job left to fill? Right now, robots do specific jobs. An industrial arm welds, a Roomba vacuums, a chatbot answers basic questions. But Optimus isn't like that. It's not just one tool, it's every tool. Musk claims Optimus will cost less than $20,000 to produce. A single robot at that price could replace a human worker permanently.
Damn, they get
for
the
less
big
than
boy
a year's
version.
salary. And when businesses realize this, why hire people at all? At first, it'll be predictable. Warehouses, factories, logistics, but then the floodgates open. Retail clerks, gone. Hotel staff, automated. Construction crews, smaller, faster, cheaper. And then nurses, assist.
Even more. Fucking lawyers, bro. Dude, there's going to be fields that ban robotics from even being in the industry. I guarantee that's going to happen. It's going to happen with labor unions. There's going to be a huge uproar of not letting robots in the workforce. Oh boy. So that'll be an interesting thing to come out, because we have Elon in the fucking political circle of Trump for the next 4 years, unless there's some kind of fallout, but I doubt there will be. So, and I like what Elon's doing. I really do. Like, think of, like, because I'm a Halo guy. If you don't know, I talk about video games and stuff like that a lot. One of my favorite video games ever is Halo. And Halo has an amazing lore to it. That some people like just playing the games. I love everything about it. There's a lot of stuff I hate about it as well. But the cool thing, the Spartans, if you don't know, these like very robotic looking people, but they're actually just super soldiers and and this advanced armor, they were made to fight rebellions, like human rebellions of different colonies that are all over the galaxy or universe or whatever, right? Well, what if we have a similar situation? Because in that universe, they got invaded by the Covenant, which is aliens, and then they got, luckily, they had this super human force that could actually counter the alien prowess and fight them and be on equal ground, which a human couldn't be. This could be a blessing in disguise. I know this is such a fucking reach. I'm just it's a thought I have to put out there because it's food for thought, right? What if we did have a situation where fucking aliens were real and we did get invaded one day and we have 110 million, I don't know, a lot of fucking robots that we could just throw as grunt soldiers at the enemy? Like, that would be beneficial, like, hugely. You know the amount of lives we would save? Now, the other coin of that is what happens when robots are in the military. It's like, you kind of want to say, like, you ideally, if you haven't, you know, say worst case scenario, you know, two countries, human Earth countries, go to war with each other, right? Wouldn't it be better if you fought the war with robots? But then some people might say, no, that's not fair, because whoever has the most robots would win. But in reality, that's how wars are already fucking fought at this point. Like, whoever has the biggest stick, the most advanced technology, the most people, the hardest people, whatever fucking basis you're gonna fucking compare at, it's the guy with the biggest stick. So what are we even fucking talking about here? Like you could eliminate so many fucking people from dying. Human beings from losing their life, from families from losing cornerstones of their lives. Like, oh my God, I'm all over the place with this topic. There's so much nuance, man.
Drivers, mechanics, the cost of human labor collapses, but so does everything built around it. If work disappears, what happens next? Enter universal basic income. Here's the idea.
And I have a lot of, like, people, if you watch my content, you probably think I'm fucking right-winged. I'm not. I think I'm centered. I think I'm centered as fuck. But this is definitely a left-leaning political idea. It seems like it is at this time in America, at least. And I'm all for this shit, bro. I really am. I don't trust our government to fucking make and pretty much control how this works. But, and there's a lot of people that once they get the fucking universal basic income, they're just going to be lazy. They're not going to do anything. That they don't care about fulfillment. They'll just sit on their ass and play video games all day. That is their fulfillment. Like, I have nothing against video games and stuff like that. But there is a life to be lived outside of video games, right? And it's not just that. People will throw away their lives and just do heroin all day, or fucking fent, or you know, drugs in general, or whatever it is, you know, drink themselves to death. People get depressed, right? And they get in a hole and they don't want to ever get back up. Which is fucking sad. But this is a must. Like, with Elon Musk, bars, don't hate the player, hate the game. When this, oh my God, with that on the horizon, bro, this is like the only way I could see humans prospering, unless you take away the income, because all the income is a means to buy living, like a means for medical care, a means for actual housing, a means for fucking food, for your table, for clothes, for actual living expenses. If you can universally do that instead, you can eliminate the income, because honestly, the income is just a middleman at this point. So I would love for y'all to comment down below any ideas you have, because I'm obsessed with this whole video topic, bro. I love it. It's oh, I fucking think about this all the time.
If robots take the jobs, people still need money, so they get a monthly stipend provided
Very passionate
for them.
about it.
No strings attached. It's actually not some radical fringe concept either. In 1970,
that's not true. It is very radical in some people's eyes.
Richard Nixon almost passed a version of it in Congress. In 2019,
Really?
Andrew Yang ran for president on it. Jack Dorsey, Mark Zuckerberg, even Jeff Bezos have hinted that automation may force UBI into reality.
It will.
Because if there are no jobs left to earn wages, the entire system breaks down. Mortgages, health insurance, retirement savings, everything collapses when work is no longer a path to survival. The alternative, mass home.
I hate seeing this shit, bro. I fucking can't stand it. I hate it. It fucking is disgusting. And these people, a lot of these people don't deserve to be in the situation they are in. It's fucking disgusting. I hate that this is even a problem, especially in America, which people say is the greatest country on earth. But god damn it, I go to any big city and I see this shit everywhere. It doesn't matter if I'm fucking Dallas, Houston, fucking Seattle, fucking San Francisco, New York, all these big cities, man. It's everywhere. And it's not just big cities, it's little towns, like an outskirt town. I'll be just going, on a highway, and I'll see people walking on the fucking the pylon or whatever, the median. It's just fucking disgusting. This can't be the fucking future of humanity.
Deepening economic divides, and a labor force with nothing left to offer but
I hope
desperation.
It's not.
So how do we get to a place where everyone is provided a basic income to meet their daily needs? And what happens to society without the human drive to survive? Who pays for it? The government? Corporations? Does a Tesla-optimized economy mean that its growing fortunes are taxed at a high rate enough to support the rest of the nation? And if corporations don't want to share, what happens when people with nothing left to lose start demanding it? The real question isn't whether robots will replace human labor. That's inevitable.
Also, this is a huge push towards the oligarchy. Like it really is, because when you have companies running the world, which we really do at a certain point already, but we still have the infrastructure of having a stable government. It depends on how you view it and everything like that. But still, like, this is a huge topic. I'm not going to delay this whole fucking video.
The real question is,
I could go on and on.
Who controls them?
Yeah.
Because someone will own the robots, and that means someone will own the workforce.
Well, at this point, it's Elon, right? So is Elon going to rule the world?
In future, robots will serve everyone. They provide abundance, food, shelter, medical care, all without the need for traditional jobs. In another future, robots belong to the few. They work, generate wealth, and concentrate power in a handful of corporations that control the entire labor force.
Rich gets richer.
A world where the rich own the means of production and the rest of society owns nothing. In today's economy, the wealthy own capital and the poor sell their time. In a world where machines do all the work, what happens to the people with nothing left to sell? Science fiction imagined robots rising up against their...
You know what probably happens? They're like, hey, you can go to Mars for free. You could start up a whole colony, There's free land out there. Just volunteer, bro. You're tired of living in a little tent over here? We can live on a tent on Mars, and there's less trash over there currently. And also, you don't have to worry about getting stabbed in your sleep for a Twinkie. Yeah. It sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Yeah, you can go there for free if you want. It's gonna take a couple years just to get there, but it's okay. We got this thing called cryo status, so we'll just throw you in that. You'll wake up brand new, probably even younger than you were going into the cryo tank. But yeah. Any takers? Oh boy, that's a whole fucking movie plot by itself right there.
Creators, but what if they don't need to? What if they simply replace us quietly, efficiently, and completely? A machine that can mend a beating heart, a machine that can write its own code, a machine that will soon step into the world and never step back. In Blade Runner, replicants weren't just workers, they were builders, caretakers, performers, an artificial labor force that blurred the line between machine and man. Optimus won't demand freedom, it won't stage an uprising, but it won't have to. The most disruptive technologies don't overthrow the world, They reshape it so completely that the old world simply fades away. A world where Optimus succeeds is one where work as we know it ceases to be a necessity. That could be the beginning of something truly remarkable. A future where survival isn't tied to labor, where people are free to create, explore, and invent in ways never before possible. Or it could be the start of something else entirely.
You know how this is stopped? You know how we stay on track for the best opportunity possible? You have good politicians that know what they're fucking doing. That's the only, literally, the rules that are going to be made in the next 10 years are the most crucial laws that will be ever made, in my opinion. Yeah, it's going to shape everything. It literally is going to be shaping humankind for the next 1,000 years.
Society where wealth and control concentrate in the hands of those who own the machines.
He cooked this video.
While the rest watch the future unfold from the sidelines.
Fucking cooked.
One way or another, the shift has already begun. Not with a bang, not with a war, but with a quiet trade. A slow, seamless handoff from human to machine. And by the time we recognize what we've built, we may find ourselves living in a world that no longer needs us, or one where we've never been freer.
I hope it's one we're never been freer. That'd be nice if we could just go back to our like instinctive, you know, kind of a native way of life. Just build a little log cabin and stuff like this. Get away from the big cities and stuff like that, because there's no need. Like if we don't have a need to work, people don't want to be in a big old city. They just want to live on the land. In my opinion, that's how I would feel. Obviously, I'd still love to make YouTube videos and you know that kind of stuff because that would be fun. But still, yeah, things would be more entertainment based, more human based, less necessities, right? Optimists will take your job. Me. Yeah, I'd like to see Optimists day drink and gambling. Okay. This guy. It's funny that some of you, your images show robots sitting in the front of computer screens. Yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious too at the very end. In my head, I was like, they're not going to even need a computer as a future reality. They really don't need to. Yeah, they are the computers. They took our gerbs. Oh boy. Dystopia coming in hot. In the first 9 minutes of this post, at least 5 of the comments are clearly bots. Yeah, that's another fucking issue. Oh boy. Wait. This wasn't... Was this? Yeah, it was. It was by Tesla Space. It was the same guy? Oh my god.
In October 2024.
I swear I subbed to him on the last video. Amazing video, by the way. He is cooking. I love this guy's content, man. I subbed to him, I guess, again. I swear I subbed to him the last video, but it is what it is, man. Go give this guy a sub. Go give him a like. I really like the videos he's putting out there, bro. 3 days ago. Wow. Yeah, I went on and on about that subject because obviously I'm a little bit passionate about it. Because I can definitely see, you know, not prophesizing or anything, but I see like where we're headed. And there's some stuff I like and some stuff that's up for question and some, you know, possibilities I do not like at all. But yeah, my name is Trey Swish. This is the Ether. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked my reaction to this video, my breakdown, my analysis. Consider commenting as well, especially if you had any thoughts at this point that you haven't put out there. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. I really love hearing y'all's opinions on this kind of stuff, the input. Keep the conversation flowing, as I always say. And hit that like button, help it push it out to more people like me and you. Man, please, please, please. It really helps out the channel and means a lot to me. And it really does help push it out. I'm a small creator, so the more help I can get getting this stuff pushed out there, I really appreciate it. But consider subscribing, hitting that like button, commenting down below. Let's get to 1K, baby. My name is Trey Swish. I said it a second time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.